which brings us to the aforementioned Deshaun Watson. Did not win a Heisman Trophy, but should be given some kind of career award there at beyond Clemson on a national scale. Houston jumps up. They select him at the 12th position, and we thought, based on projections, that he might slide and be a late first-round guy, or at one point maybe not even selected in the first round, but which seemed ridiculous. Sure, these guys get sliced and diced and dissected so much after their final collegiate game that we find imperfections with all of them, especially the quarterbacks. But Deshaun Watson, I would expect him to give it a go in the NFL.
Yeah, the biggest concern about Watson and the pre-draft evaluations were his interceptions. He did come in and he threw a lot of interceptions this offseason and during the season. A lot of them had to do with him trying to force throws, specifically in the beginning of the season. His deep ball was off. He was missing his players by about 5 yards down the field. And I think a lot of that has to do with he came into the season, he put on 15 pounds of muscle in the offseason. So he had to readjust himself to hitting his receivers down the field. Now, we both know Deshaun Watson plays best when he has a chip on his shoulder, and the Cleveland Browns actually gave him a chip. It came out during the draft that the Cleveland Browns absolutely intended to take a quarterback at the 12th position. And Deshaun Watson was sitting there, but they decided to trade the pick because the quarterback that they wanted was not on the board. The Browns wanted Patrick Mahomes II. And since he was not there, I think you can take that as the Cleveland Browns did not have any confidence in Deshaun Watson being able to run their franchise. So you go over to the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans say, hey, you don't want him? We'll take him. We got no problem taking him. So he's going to a situation in Houston where he has two bona fide, very good receivers on the outside. Last year's first-round pick, C.J. Fuller, and, of course, Clemson great Duke Hopkins is going to be there on the outside. He's also there with quarterback guru, if you will, Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien, great at Penn State, turned Christian Hackenberg into a second-round draft pick. And he's someone that I can really see working with Deshaun Watson. Watson's also the only quarterback in this draft that I think is going to be plug and play day one. You look at this, Mahomes is obviously going to be the heir apparent to Alex Smith. And a lot of people say, well, wait, what about Mitchell Trubisky? A lot of people forget that the Chicago Bears just paid $14.5 million for Mike Lennon. So I don't think you're going to pay $14.5 million for Mike Lennon to sit on the bench. So I wholly expect him to be taking the snaps day one for Chicago.